Hello everyone, today we are going to solve O-Level Maths D paper 1 in a session May-June 2018 paper 1-2. So let's begin with the first question. In question 1a part we need to evaluate this expression. So first we need to make the denominator same. So the same denominator is 11 times 7, that is 77, and the cross multiplying 4 times 7 is 28. Subtract 11 times 2 would be 22. Okay, so 28 subtract 22, this would be 6 out of 77. In B part, we need to evaluate this expression. So first we need to remove the decimal by dividing it by 10, and 11 dividing by, we have 3 digits after the decimal, it would be 1000. So this would be equals to 9 times 11 would be 99, and 10 times 1000 would be 10,000 with 4 zeros. Yes, now we have 1 2 3 4 zeros, and the answer contains 0.0099. So 4 digits after the decimal, because there are 4 zeros in 10,000. So the answer is 0.0099. In question number 2a part, Cecil bought a camera for $120. After 2 years, he sold it for $90. Calculate the percentage loss. So percentage loss is basically he bought at the price of 120, subtract the selling price is 90, dividing by 120 and times by 100. Okay. So 120 subtract 90, this would be 30 out of 120, and times by 100. So 0 is cancelled with 0. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So we have 100 divides 4, and then 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8, and we have 2 is left, and 4 times 5 is 20. So 25% is the percentage loss. Now for the B part, some money is shared between Mariam and Nina in a ratio 2:3. What percentage of total money shared does Mariam receive? Okay, now for the total, we need to add 2 plus 3. This would be equals to 5. Okay, now for with Mariam, I know that Mariam is 2. So for Mariam we have 2, and the total is 5, and times by 100. So 2 times 100 is 200, dividing by 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20, and 0. So it is 40%. Now for the C part, given that A ratio B is 5:6, B ratio C is 3:8, we need to find A ratio B ratio C. Okay, so A ratio B is equals to 5:6, and B ratio C is equals to 3:8. Now we need to find what is A ratio B ratio C. Okay, to get A ratio B ratio C, what we need to do, we need to multiply 8 with 6, 6 with 3, and 3 with 5. Now 8 times 6 is 48, and 6 times 3 is 18, and 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, now it is 15 ratio 18 ratio 48. Now we need to convert them into simplest form. We can divide all the 3 with 3. 3 times 5 is 15, right? 3 times 6 is 18, and 3 times 1 is 3, and then 3 times 6 is 18. So 5:6:16 is the answer. Now question number 3. Arrange 5 numbers in order starting with the smallest. So the smallest are the negative numbers. So this one is the smallest, -1.2, and then -0.3, and then the rest are the positive one, and so the smallest is 0.05, and then 0.2, and the highest is 1.3. Right. Now for the 5 numbers, find the mean. Mean is sum of all numbers dividing by the total. The total numbers are 5. So first we need to add all of the numbers, though we will get the mean is 0.05, and then add minus 0.3, and then add 1.3, and then add minus 1.2, and then add 0.2, right, and divide it by the total numbers are 5, so dividing by 5. Okay, so if I can add 0.05, 1.3 and 0.2, 0.05, 1.3 and 0.2, so we have 5, 5 and 1. So when we add, we got 1.55. So this number is negative and this is negative. So basically we can take a negative sign outside and we can add both of them, 0.3 and 1.2. So 5 and 1. So 1.5 and then divided by 5. Right? So let me subtract both of them. If I can do it over here, 1.55 subtract 1.5. So we have 5, 0 and 0. So the answer is 0.05 dividing by 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 0.01. So this is a simplified answer of the mean. Now for the second part, the range. Range is basically the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. So the range is highest number subtract lower number. Right, so the highest is 1.3 and the lowest is minus 1.2. So the highest is 1.3, subtract negative 1.2, so this would be equals to 1.3 plus 1.2. So 2 plus 3 is 5 and 1 plus 1 would be 2. So the answer is 2.5 for the range. Now for question number 4, y is inversely proportional to square of x. So y is inversely proportional to square of x, and from here y is equals to k over x square. Right, given that y is 10 when x is 3, so we can find the value for k. Y is 10, k, x is 3, so 3 square is 9, so we have k over 9, and the k value we got is 10 times 9, that is equals to 90. Right, now we have the formula y is equals to 90 over x square. Now we need to find y when x is 1 by 2. So y, and we have 90 over 1 by 2 whole square. So here we have 90 over 1 by 4, or we can say y is equals to 90 times 4 by 1. So we have 9 times 4 is 36, and we have a 0 dividing by 1. So the y value is 360 when x is 1 by 2. Question number 5, in A part, we need to factorize this expression. So that's pretty easy. So we can write it as 5t whole square minus 2 whole square. So using the formula of a square minus b square, the factors are 5t plus 2 and 5t minus 2. Okay, now for the b part, so if I can take x common, we are left with x minus 6, and negative 3y common, we are left with x minus 3 times 6 is 18. So the two factors are x minus 6 and x minus 3y. X minus 6 and x minus 3y. Question number 6, a rectangle has a length 64 millimeter and width 37 millimeter, each correct to the nearest millimeter, 1 millimeter basically. Write down the lower bound for the length. The length is 64, and for the lower bound it means we need to subtract, for the lower we need to subtract 1 by 2. So 64 subtract 0.5, this would be equals to 63.5. Right. Calculate the lower bound for the parameter of a rectangle. So parameter of a rectangle is basically equals to 2 times length plus width. Right. So the 2 times the lower bound for length is 63.5, and the lower bound for width again 37. We need to subtract 0.5, so this would be 36.5. Right, so if I can add 63.5 and 36.5, so 5 plus 5 is 10, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So it would be 100. So we have 2 times, so 2 times 100 is 200 millimeter. Question number 7. In A part, triangle OPQ is a part of the figure that has a rotational symmetry of order 2 about point O. About this point, complete the figure. Okay, so for P, we have from O to P, we have 1, 2 units right and 1 up. And from here, we need to move 2 units left and 1 down. This would be P. Now for Q, we have 2 units to the right and 2 units up. And from here, 2 units left and 2 units down. So this is a point Q. So let me complete the figure by connecting the point P with O and Q with O and P with Q. Yes. Now for the B part, the diagram shows a circle, its center, and 2 chords. Add 1 chord to give a diagram that has 1 line of symmetry. Okay, so if I consider that this could be the line of symmetry. If this is a line of symmetry, so these two are identical, but these two are not identical. So how can we add another chord? We can add another chord this way. So both these sides are also identical. So this circle has only 1 line of symmetry by adding this chord. Question number 8, we need to solve in finding the value for x. So we can do a cross multiplication. 4 times 3 is 12x. And 1 times x minus 11 is x minus 11. So we have 12x minus x would be equals to minus 11. And we have 11x would be equals to negative of 11, and x would be equals to negative of 1. So the value of x is minus 1. Moving to question number 9, express each of the following as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so first we have to make the denominator same. So how can we make the denominator same? By multiplying this fraction with 3 and this fraction with 2. Right? 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6a, plus 3 times 5 is 15, over 3 times 2 would be 6a. So the denominators are same, we can just add the numerator. So the answer is 19 over 6a, because 4 plus 15 is 19. Now for the B part, we need to do the division. So we need to convert the division into multiplication in the first step, and taking a reciprocal of second fraction. Okay, now we can do the cross, cancel the numbers. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 3 is 15, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, b square is cancelled with b cube, and we are left with 2b over 3, 2 by 3b. Yes. Question number 10, by writing each number correct to 2 significant figures, calculate an estimate of. Okay, so 2 significant figure, this 9, and the next would be 6. So 6 is more than 5, so we need to add 1 in 9, so it makes 10. So 59 changes to 60. and replacing the 9 with 0. Square root, we have 16, and then we have 6. Second digit is 6, and the next is 1, so we need to round down just 16 point, replacing the 1 and 2 with double zeros. Over, we have 0.2 and 9, right? So this 9 and the next digit is 8. Two significant figures are 2 and 9. So the second is 9 and we have the next digit is 8. So we need to add 1 in 9. So 29 changes to 30. So 0.30 and 8 and 4 changes to double zeros. Right? Okay, so we have 600 times square root of 16 over 0.30. Okay, so we have if we 600 times square root of 16 is 4 is square root of 16, and we have 0.30. We can do 30 over 100 because we have 2 digits after the decimal, so we need to divide by 100. So this would be equals to 6 times 4 would be 64 and double zeros, and then times 100 over 30. Right, 0 is cancelled with 0, so we are left with 2, 4 and triple zeros because times by 10 and then dividing by 3. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 8 is 24 and triple zeros. So 8000 is the answer. Question number 11, we have given the function f of x. In a part, we need to find f of -2. So just substitute x equals to -2 in the function. So 3 times -2 plus 2. This would be equals to 1 over 3 times 2 is 6 minus 6 plus 2. This would be equals to -1/4. In B part, we need to find f inverse of x. For f inverse of x, we need to change, put y equals to f of x. Y equals to f of x is 1 over 3x plus 2, and then replacing the variable y with x and the variable x with y. And in the next step, we need to solve for y. So 3y plus 2 would be equals to 1 by x. And here 3y is equals to 1 by x and -2. And from here 3y is equals to 1 minus 2x over x, and y would be equals to 1 minus 2x over 3x. So this y is basically f inverse of x. So we can say the f inverse of x is 1 minus 2x over 3. Okay. Now question number 12, a dice is thrown 400 times. Okay, the results are shown in the table, number of throws and the frequency. In A part, find the relative frequency of throwing the number 2. So throwing a number 2, the relative frequency is basically equals to frequency over number of throws. So the total number of throws are 400. And at number 2, the frequency is 80. So the answer is 80 over 400. Right. Now for the B part, Imran throws the dice 1000 times. How many times would you expect the number 2 to be thrown? Okay. The number 2 to be thrown, the frequency for number 2 is 80. When the number of throws are 400, and now the number of throws are 1000. So times by 1000. Sorry, 1000, right? So we can cancel the zeros, and 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8 and 0, and 20 times 10 would be equals to 200. Question number 13, in a school of 270 children, so the total number of children are 270, the distance each children can swim was recorded. The distances are summarized in the table, distance d meters and the number of children's frequency density. In A part, complete the table to show the frequency densities. So frequency density is basically equals to frequency over class width. right? So the number of children are basically the frequencies, right? Let me find the class width. Class width is the difference between the interval, like 0 and 100, the difference is 100. 100 to 200 is again 100. 200 to 500 is 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 300. And 500 to 1000 is 500. Right. Now let me find the frequency density by doing frequency over class width. Frequency is 110 and the class width is 100. So 110 over 100 would be equals to 110 over 100. 0 is cancelled with 0. 11 by 10 is 1.1. Now 50 over 100. We can cancel the zeros. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 by 2 is 0.5. And then 60 over 300, we can cancel the zeros, and then we have 2 times 3, okay, 3 times 10 is 30, and 3 times 2 would be 6. So 2 by 10 would be equals to 0.2. And we have 50 over 500, cancelling the zeros. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 10 is 50, 1 by 10 is 0.1. So the frequency densities are 1.1, 0.5, 0.2 and 0.1. Now for the B part, calculate an estimate for the number of children who could swim more than 400 meters. Okay, so for more than 400 meters, we have 200 to 500 and then 500 to 1000. So between 200 to 500, we have the class width of this interval is 300, right? So we can divide this to 200 to 300, first interval, 300 to 400, and 400 to 500, right? Okay, now let me write down the total number of children, or the frequency for this class is 60 from 200 to 500, right? So 200 to 300, and then 3 to 400 and 4 to 500. So basically it is split into 3 sections. So we can divide 60 to 3, so it means 20, 20 and 20. So 200 to 300, 20 number of children, and then 300 to 400 again 20, and then 400 to 500 we have 20, and the total is 60. Right, now for more than 400 meters, 400 to 500 and then 500 to 1000, we have 20 plus 50, this would be equals to 70. Now for question number 14, an irregular polygon has 22 sides. In A part, calculate the sum of its interior angles. Okay, so sum of interior angle of a polygon is always equals to 180 into n minus 2. Whether it is a regular polygon or irregular polygon, we use the same formula. So n is basically the number of sides. So we can substitute it, 180 into 22 minus 2. So we have 180 times 20. So 180 times 22, if we can do 18 times 2, 2 times 8 is 16. And 2 times 1 is 2, and then 336, and we have double zero, so 3600. So this is the sum of all interior angles of that irregular polygon. Now for the B part, 2 of the angles in the polygon are each 170 degree. The remaining 20 angles are equals to each other. Calculate the size of one of the 20 equal angles. Okay, so as we know from the first part that sum of all interior angles of that irregular polygon is 3600. So the sum is 3600, and this would be equals to 2 angles are 170. 170 plus 170, 2 angles, and the rest of the 20 angles are equal. Let's say those 20 angles are x. So we can say 20 plus we can add x 20 times, so 20 times x. Okay, so let me solve for x. So x is the size of one of those 20 equal angles. So we have 3600, and 170 plus 170 would be 340 plus 2x. So x would be equals to 3600 subtract 340 and then dividing by 2. So let me do it. 3600 subtracting 340. We have 0, we have 5, and 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2, and then 3. So we have 3260, and then dividing by, sorry, it's 20, not 2, 20x. Dividing by 20, so we can cancel the zeros. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 3 is 6. So one of those 20 equal angle is 163. Question number 15. During 2 weeks, a shopkeeper records the number of packets of 2 different type of teas he sells and the profit he makes from them. In week 1, type A tea, 30 packets sold, profit of $1.20 on each packet. Type BT, 20 packets sold and profit of $2 on each packet. And week 2, type AT, 40 packets sold and a loss of $0.50 on each packet. And type BT, 30 packets sold and profit of $3 on each packet. Okay, this information can be represented by these matrices. This is the week 1 TA and B, and week 2 TAB packet sold and the profit for week 1 and 2. Okay, now for A part we need to work out this. Okay, so basically we need to multiply the rows with the columns. So 30 times 1.2 and then 20 times 2, right, and subtract 40 times minus 0.5 and then plus 3 times 30. Okay, so we have, if we can move this decimal point over here, we can cancel the 0, and we have 3 times 12 plus 2 times 2 would be 4 and 0, 40. Subtract, same, if we move this decimal point 1 unit to the right, we can cancel the 0, so 4 times minus 5 and 3 times 3 is 9 and 0, 90. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6 and 3 times 1 is 3, so 3 times 12 is 36 plus 40, and then subtract minus 20 plus 90. Okay, now for further simplification, 40 plus 30 is 70, and then 36 would be 76. Subtract from 90, take away 20 would be 70. Okay, so 76 minus 70, this would be equals to 6. So the answer is 6. Now for the B part, explain the meaning of your answer to part A. Okay, so the meaning is basically, as you can see in part A, so it is this number 6 is a difference in the profit between the week 1 and week 2, right? So we can say difference in profits between week 1 and week 2. Okay, question number 16. The masses of 200 beetles were measured. So the total number of beetles are 200. The results are summarized in the cumulative frequency table, and the part of the cumulative frequency curve are drawn. So masses in amgrams and cumulative frequency we have given in the table, and in the A part, complete the cumulative frequency curve. Okay, so how can we complete? As you can see, we have given 2 and 150, so we know this for mass for this point till this point. The first 4 pointers are already plotted for us. Now for 2.25, the cumulative frequency is 170, so 2.25. So we have 2 and 2.5. So in the middle of 2 and 2.5, we have 2.25 and 170. So 150 and then 200. So we have 160 and 170. This point is 170, yes. Now for next, when the mass is 2.5, the cumulative frequency is 185. 2.5 and 150, two blocks 160, and then two blocks 170, two blocks 180, and in the middle 185. Right? For 3, it's 200. So we have 3 and we have 200 over here. So let me connect the rest of the 3 points to complete the cumulative frequency curve. Yes. Now for the B part, use the curve to find an estimate for the median. Median is basically half of the value. So half of 200, because total beetles are 200. So we need to find the 100th value of cumulative frequency and finding the mass in terms of grams. Okay, so we have 100. Let me use a ruler. Draw a straight line. 100 and yes, this point. So 1.5, we have 1.6 and 1.7. This point is 1.7. So we can say that the median is 1.7 grams. Now for the second part, we need to find the lower quartile. The lower quartile is basically Q1. So Q1 is 1 by 4th of the value. So 1 by 4th of 200. So 1 by 4th of 200 is 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20 and 0. We need to find the 50th value in terms of grams. Right? So moving back to the curve, let me find the 50th value. So draw a straight line to 50. So we have 1, 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. So the lower quartile is 1.3 grams. Now for the third part, the number of beetles that have a mass greater than 1.85 grams. Okay, so 1.85 grams. Where is 1.85? So we have 1.85 with 1.8 and 1.85. This point is 1.85. Let me find the number of beetles at this point. Okay. Basically, we need to find the total number of beetles that have mass greater than 1.5 grams. So for 1.85, the number of beetles are 100, 110, 120, 125, and the total is 200. So how many beetles have a mass more than 1.85 grams from 125 to 200? So we need to subtract them. So 200 subtract 125. So this is 75 of the beetles have a mass more than 1.85 grams. Okay, now question number 17. The diagram shows a pyramid. The square base ABCD is a square base, has an edge of 3 centimeter. The base is a rectangle and the vertex E is vertically above D. E is vertically above D, where ED is 4 centimeter. In A part, on the grid below, complete the accurate drawing of the net of the pyramid. Do not draw outside the grid. Okay, so we already given 1 2 3 1 2 3. So the base is given, the square base is given to us, this base ABCD. Okay, and this side is 3. So as you can see, this is 4 and this is 3. So what would be this side? So let me find. As you can see, this DC is 3 and DE is 4. Let me find EC. So EC, by using a Pythagoras theorem, is a square of 4 square plus 3 square by taking a square root. So square root of 16 plus 9. So we have a square root of 25 and this is equals to 5. Right? So means D, C, E, the dimensions are 4, 3 and 5. right? Okay, so we have given 1 2 3 4 5, right? And we have 1 2 3 4. So let's complete the net by counting 1 2 3 4 5 till this point. This way, and on the other side 1 2 3 4. So we have completed the net of this pyramid. Part B, calculate the total surface area of the pyramid. So the total surface area is basically we need to find the, as you can see, the net, the surface area of a sphere and the surface area of the 4 triangles. So the sphere is, the dimensions of the spheres is 3. So we can say the total surface area is basically equals to the area of a sphere, that is side times side, 3 times 3, plus we have two triangles, sorry, two triangles, the base is 3 and the height is 4. So the area of the triangle is half base times height, 3 times 4. And we have two other triangles, that is half base times height. So base for this is again 3 and the height is 5. Yes, so we have 3 times 5. So we can cancel the 2. So 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15. So let me add all of them. So 15, 16, 17, and we have 27. 27 plus 9 is 36. So 36 centimeters square. Number 18, the region R is defined by the inequalities. On the diagram, shade and label the region R. Okay, so the first inequality is x is between 2 and 8. So if I can draw x is equals to 2, this straight line, and x is equals to 8, this straight line, right? Okay, then y is between 5 and 10. So y is 5 in the middle of 4 and 6, and y is 10. This, right? Okay, and the last is x plus y is greater than equals to 10. So if I can rewrite is, so y is basically equals to minus x plus 10. So 10 is the y-intercept, right? And the slope is minus 1. So slope is rise over run. So that is minus 1 by 1. So the rise is 1 unit down and the run is 1 unit to the right, this point. Sorry, it's 1 unit, because 1 unit down would be 9 and 1 unit to the right would be 1, this point between 0 and 2. So let me connect these 2 points. We will get the equation of line y equals to minus x plus 10. Now we need to find the region R. So the x is between 2 and 8. So between 2 and 8. So it means x lies between this region, right? And then y is between 10 and 5. So y lies between this region. So in the intersection, we have this. Now for the third inequality, x plus y is greater than equals to 10 means above. So this above portion. So the shaded region we have is this. That satisfy all the 3 inequalities, and we can label that region with R. So we have done with question 18. Now question number 19. We have given a triangle ABC. In A part, on the diagram, construct the perpendicular bisector of AB. So perpendicular bisector of AB. So for this we need the compass. So we need to draw the perpendicular bisector of AB. So we have a length of AB. As you can see, we can open the compass that is more than half of a length of AB, right? And put it on A and draw an arc outside of the triangle on both sides of the triangle. And same doing, okay, let me extend that arc. And same let me do at point B. Okay, so we have the 2 points of intersection, this and this. So this is a perpendicular bisector of AB. Right. Now for the B part, on the diagram, construct the locus of a point inside the triangle ABC. That must be inside this time. In first part, 7 centimeter from C. Okay, so we have a point C. So first we need to open the compass by measuring it to 7 centimeter. So we have a ruler. So let me open it to 7 centimeter. We have, as you can see, this is 7 centimeter, exactly equals to 7 centimeter. So put it on C and draw an arc of 7 centimeter, and that must lies inside. Yes. Now for the second part, equidistant from AB and AC, means we need to find the perpendicular bisector of angle A. Okay, so AB and AC. So what we need to do, we need to put the compass on A and cut AB, and with the same length cut AC. Right, now put on the first arc and draw a new arc, and from here draw another arc. Yes, this point is the perpendicular bisector of angle A. Let me connect it with A, and it must lies inside the triangle. Okay, now for the C part, P is any point which is equidistant from A and B and more than 7 centimeter from C and nearer to AC than to BC. Find the extremes of possible positions of P and label them P1 and P2. Okay, so the first point is it must be equidistant from A and B. So basically the perpendicular bisector of AB, this. Right, and then it must be more than 7 centimeter from C. So more than 7 centimeter from C, this arc, as you can see, is 7 centimeters, so more would be this. And it is closer to AC than to BC. So lower and closer to AC than to BC. So we can say this point and this point. So we can say P1 and P2. Question number 20, we have given n and given in A part, giving your answer in standard form, find the value of in first n times 700. So n is 2 times 10 exponent 8 and then times 700. Right, so 2 times 7 is 14. We have 14 and 00 times 10 exponent 8. Right, so let me move this decimal point 1, 2 and 3 units to the left. So 1.4 times 10 exponent 8 and then adding 3 because we move 3 units. So the answer is 1.4 times 10 exponent 11. Right, now for the second part, 1 by n. So it's a reciprocal, basically 1 by 2 times 10 exponent 8. So 1 by 2 is 0.5 and 1 by 10 exponent 8 is 10 exponent minus 8. Moving this decimal point 1 unit to the right, so we have 5 times 10 exponent minus 8 minus 1. So we got the answer 5 times 10 exponent negative 9. Now for the B part, find the smallest possible positive integer m such that m times n is a cubic number. Okay, so we know the n is m times some n. We have m times the n is 2 times 10 exponent 8. How can we make this product as a cubic number, m n as a cubic number? So if we can, as we can see, we have a 10 exponent 8. So if we have the cubic exponent, then we can make that number, the product, a cubic number. So if I can take m equals to 5, so 5 times 2 exponent 2 times 10 exponent 8, 5 times 2 is 10 times 10 exponent 8. So we have 10 exponent 9. So this 10 exponent 9 is a cubic number. So m must be 5. So we have done with 20. Now moving to question number 21. The first 4 terms u1, u2, u3 and u4 in a sequence of numbers are given below. Now for the first part, evaluate u5. Okay, so for u1 we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So for u5 we have 5 times and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, and this time 6 square. And we have 5 times 7 is 35, 6 square is 36, and then adding would be 71. So the fifth term is 71. Now for the B part, find the nth term of a sequence un is in the form this. Write down the value for P and the value of Q. Okay. So n is a number of terms. As you can see, u1 1, u2 2, u3 3, u4 4. So n is the number of terms. So for un we have n, the number of terms, and then its product n plus p, sorry. So n is 1 and 1 plus what makes 3? 1 plus 2 makes 3. So n plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 2 5, 4 plus 2 is 6, right? And then plus we have some number of term plus some number and then its square. Okay, so for first term we have 2 square. So 1 n is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 square. 1 plus 2 is 3 square. 2 plus 1 is 3 square. 3 plus 1 4 square. 4 plus 1 is 5 square. So the P is 2 and the Q is 1. Sorry, it's 1. Part C, un can also be written in the form of an square plus bn plus c. Find the values of a, b and c. Okay, so let me write down un first. So un is n into n plus 2 into n plus 1 whole square. So it's plus, sorry. Right, so let me open it. N square plus 2n and then plus n plus 1 whole square is n square plus 2n plus 1. So we have 2n square and 4n and then plus 1. So if I compare it with a square, an square plus bn plus c, so a is 2, b is 4 and c is 1. So 2, 4 and 1. So these are the values of a, b, c. Question number 22. The diagram shows a circle, center O, that passes through A, B, C, and D. The tangent at A and B meets at T. ATB is 62 degree. DAB, D, A and B is 53 degrees. In A part, we need to find X. Okay, so X is the angle at the center of a circle. So when the angle at the circumference is 53, so the angle at the center must be 2 times of 53. So it is 2 times of 53. So 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 times 5 is 10. So the angle is 106. Now for B, find Y. So where is Y? We have Y over here. Okay, so for Y, if we consider the quadrilateral A, B, C, D, this quadrilateral, we know that the opposite angles of a quadrilateral always sum up to 180 degrees. So opposite angle Y and the other angle is 53. So the sum of Y and 53 must be 180. So Y plus 53 would be equals to 180 and the angle Y would be equals to 180, subtract 53. So let me do it. 180 and minus 53. We have 7 and 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 minus 5 is 2 and 1. So the angle Y we can say is 127 degrees. Now for the C part, find Z. Where is Z? Z is over here. Okay, so we have T angle is given to us. So which technique we are going to do is, as you can see, yeah, we have given that the tangent at A and B meets at T, means T is a tangent at point A and at point B. So means AB and AT and BT, both the sides are same. When both the sides are same, it means angle A and angle B must be equal, ZZ, and the third angle is 62. So we can add the angles and put it equals to 180. So we can say Z plus 62 equals to 180. So angle Z would be equals to 180, subtract 62 and dividing by 2. Right? So from 180, take away 62, we have 7, and 10 minus 2 is 8, 7 minus 6 is 1, and 1. So 118 and then dividing by 2, 118 and then dividing by 2. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 9 is 18. So that angle is 59 degrees. Now for the D part, find T. So where is T? We have T over here. So as you can see, OB, this is the radius of a circle, and we have a tangent at T. So this angle must be 90. When it is a tangent, it must be 90. So the sum of T and Z must be 90. So we can find T easily by doing T plus Z equals to 90. We know Z is 59, so T would be equals to 90 minus Z, that is 59. So from 90 take away 59, 90 subtract 59, we have 8, and minus 9 is 1, and 8 minus 5 is 3. So angle T is 31 degrees. Question number 23. We have given the matrix A and B. In A part, find the matrix X such that 2A plus X would be equals to B. So the X matrix must be B minus 2A. Right? So X would be, B matrix is 6, 0, minus 3, minus 2, and then subtracting with 2 times of A. 4 times 2 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2 and 0. So the matrix X would be 6 minus 8 is minus 2, minus 3 minus minus plus 2 is minus 1, 0 minus 4 is minus 4, minus 2 minus 0 is minus 2. So we can say the matrix X is negative 2, negative 1, negative 4, and negative 2. Now for the B part, find the matrix Y such that AY is identity matrix. Okay, so how can we find Y? By doing A inverse times that matrix 1, 0, 0, 1. Right? So A inverse is basically adjoint of A over determinant of A times 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so let me find the adjoint. Adjoint means we need to change the positions. 4, 0 changes to 0, 4, and minus 1, 2 changes to 1 and minus 2. So Y is equals to 0, 4, 1 and minus 2, and its product with 1, 0, 0, 1. And a determinant of A. Determinant is 4 times 0 is 0, minus 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Minus minus would be positive, so plus 2. So 1 by 2. Right? So let me solve the product to get Y. So Y matrix would be equals to 1 by 2 is outside. 0 times 1, 1 times 0. So this is 0. 0 times 0, 1 times 1. This is 1. 2 times 1 is minus 2, and 4 times 0 is 0. This is 0 and this is 4. So we can say this is a matrix Y, or we can say the matrix Y is 0, minus 1, 1 by 2, and 2. Question number 24. We have given the two triangles A and B on the grid. Triangle A is mapped onto triangle B by translation, followed by an enlargement with the center 10 minus 4, The transformation maps triangle A onto triangle C. The enlargement map triangle C onto triangle D. Write down the scale factor of the enlargement for the first part, just the scale factor. So this side is 1 and 2 units, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So 2 changes to 4, so the scale factor is 2. Right. Now for the B part, draw triangle C on the grid. So we need to draw the triangle C. So for drawing the triangle C, as we know that the transformation map triangle A onto triangle C and the enlargement map C onto onto B. So what we need to do, we need to connect the all the vertices of triangle B with the center of enlargement, that is 10 and minus 4. So as you can see, the center of enlargement is 10 minus 4. So where is 10 minus 4? We have 10 and minus 4. This is the center of enlargement. So let me connect all the vertices of triangle B with the center and finding the triangle C. Okay. So what are the vertices? So for this line, this point it crosses. For this it crosses at this point, and for this line it crosses at this point. So the triangle C would be this. So here is a triangle C. Right. Now for the C part, find the column vector that represent the translation that maps A onto C. A to C. So this point of A and this point of C. Let me move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units to the right and 1 unit down. So the matrix column vector representation is 5 to the right and 1 down, so minus 1. Moving to the last question, number 25. The the diagram is the speed time graph for 60 seconds of a train's journey. At the beginning of this part of the journey, the train is traveling at u meter per second. Okay, so giving each answer in its simplest form, find the expression in terms of u for, now the A part, the deceleration for the last 10 seconds. Okay, so for the last 10 seconds, we need to find the deceleration for the last 10 seconds. These are the 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds is from 50 seconds to 60 seconds, the deceleration. So deceleration is basically the gradient, that is change in y, that is u, over change in x. So it is just 10. So it is u by 10 meter per second square. Now for part B, the speed when t is 55. Okay, so when the speed is 55, so this 55 is between 50 and 60, we need to find out the speed. So here we are going to use a concept of similar triangle, this bigger triangle and this smaller one. So if I can draw them separately, one by one. So we have this one is a bigger one. So from 50 to 60 we have 10, and this is u, the speed is u. Now for the smaller one, we have 55 to 60. We have 5 seconds time, and we need to find the speed. Let's say s would be the speed. Okay, so using the concept of similarity, we can say s by u, s over u would be equals to 5 over 10. So s would be equals to 5 by 10 u, or we can say that 5 by 10 is 1 by 2 u meter per second. Now for the C part, the distance traveled between during these 60 seconds. Distance traveled is basically area under the curve. So we need to find the area under the curve. So area of this rectangle and area of this triangle. So what is area of the rectangle? Area of a rectangle is length times width. This is 50 and this is u. So 50 times u. And area of this triangle, we can say it's half base times height. Base is 10 and the height is u. So the distance traveled is area under the curve, that is 50u plus 1 by 2, 10u. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 5 is 10. So it's 50, not 5. 50u plus 5u. So the total distance traveled during these 60 seconds is 55u meters. So that is the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, you can let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.